Um, we can talk about anything you want. There is, I just thought I've been spending some time with some local hospitals, and yesterday I was up in Ingham County. The district goes all the way from Lansing all the way over here. Talking to some of our hospitals about the impact of what's coming up on the health care bill. Next year, I think, is going to be a very rough year in health care. They are very, very concerned. The hospitals are already worried about A, funding streams, and B, being able to try to have people have access to the kind of care that they need. For a couple of reasons. We're finding that doctors in larger numbers than anticipated are stopping to take new Medicare patients because of the funding discrepancy. We already have only about 40% of Medicaid patients are paid for, so meaning that when a doctor takes a Medicaid patient, likely to lose about 60%, and it costs them 60% to take that patient. Right? So they're trying to restrict the number of those patients, restrict the number of Medicaid patients, or Medicare patients, and we're running into some trouble. And the other concern, I just left a businesswoman yesterday who is, I don't know, somewhere around 1,000 employees. She was saying that this is what she's facing in 2014. I'm just getting you all prepped for this because I think it's coming. It's going to be a little ugly. If she doesn't change her health care plan at all, she has an 85-15 plan for her employees, meaning she pays 85%, they pay 15% on the premiums. Pretty good deal. If she doesn't change any of that, now this isn't including premium increases or the 3.8% increase in Medicaid tax, her costs go up just in fees alone about $300,000. Just in fees. If she doesn't change her health care plan at all. So she has to pay for that, pay for the premium increase. I don't know if you heard on the radio that individual plans are going up 32%. 32% next year, going into next year. That's a huge problem. So here's her other alternative. If she throws all of her employees off of her health care and pays the penalty, she saves $7 million a year. What do you think she's going to do? I am really worried about this. So when I talk to the hospitals and the other folks, they don't have any way of, the exchanges aren't really open and ready to go. I'm really concerned about this, what's going to happen next year. So you're going to have businesses making those kinds of decisions. And we have these exchanges that probably won't be ready to accept those folks. And we have no way of trying to figure out yet. It was supposed to be a real easy process to figure out how much of your premium is subsidized by your wages. And they're finding it, as someone described it to me, it looks more like TurboTax than it does a Google search, right? Very complicated way of trying to figure out who gets what in the funding of this thing. So that's all coming next year, things I'm concerned about and worried about. So we can talk about that and anything else you want to talk about today.